So in regards to financial increase and financial lack, what you're going to find in regards to this message this evening is that you are absolutely surrounded by financial abundance in the form of humans. This is what I mean by that. Is that this meeting is in Johnsonville this evening. I went on Google to find out, what the population is here in Johnsonville. Over 10,000 people live in this real little small community. And what that means is that I am surrounded with possibilities, with opportunities. Because where there's people, there's an opportunity to bring value to the marketplace. There's an opportunity for you to bring value to potential customers. So living in Johnsonville, if you live in Johnsonville, some of you do this evening, you are now surrounded with possibilities, because where there's people, there is opportunity. And because of you being you, it simply comes down to a very simple analogy, which I call BPA. All success firstly starts with belief. Henry Ford, one of his quotes was, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. In other words, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Why? Because we think in mental images. All is actually in the images that are processed in your mind right now. Imagination, one of Robert Einstein's quotes was, imagination is better than knowledge. Imagination is everything. Imagination is the most powerful force on this planet. Thing is, what is imagination? It's actually you creating mental images in your mind. Mental imagery has the power to morph into chemicals and affect your biology. Mental imagery eventually has the power to drive you to something or away from something, because we think in mental images. So what's a belief? It's actually you seeing yourself as a picture, as a mental image, actually doing that thing, whatever it is. In regards to turning your ideas into dollars, it starts with that having an image that in your mind of whatever it is that you want to create, to bring to the marketplace, or to bring value to the marketplace. A marketplace meaning the potential people that you are surrounded with. Everyone has great ideas. Some people have great ideas, but they just won't put those great ideas into a plan of action. Just believe. And I always say this, belief is you creating an image. So imagine you creating a product or service. Imagine that people are going to love, they're going to want, and they're going to exchange their hard-earned money for. All right, imagine that. Imagination, everything starts. Everything you see created by human hands, the device you're watching me on, the clothes that you're wearing, the cars out there, the buildings, all began first as a mental image in someone's mind. All is in the image. So if you want the life that you want, you have to create the mental images that are congruent with the life that you want. If you want an amount of money in your bank account, if you want an amount of money in your bank account, you have to create that as a mental image to be congruent with what you want. So first of all, belief. The next is plan. Without a plan, you plan to fail. And what's a plan? Simply a strategy. Simply an A to B or an A to Z. It's simply a plan. Now that you believe you can, and you can create whatever it is to offer to people to buy, now you can create that idea, and now the simple plan is how and what to say in order to sell that product or that service. me as a direct marketing coach, because I've knocked on thousands of doors, going and selling, I can create something and pretty much sell it the next day, door to door or telemarketing. And in regards to selling, I always say to people, don't sell. Selling builds walls and barriers. Don't sell, simply promote. When you're at a movie, you like that movie, you don't look at your friends and family and sell that movie. You simply, through you being you, talk about how good the movie is. And you're being you. And because you're being you, they'll see that because there's no selling involved. So when you create your product and your service, now that you believe that, simply now put together a script in regards to what to say in order to promote your product and your service. It could be easy as, hi, my name is, on the phone, or basically I'm knocking on doors. The reason why I'm here is because of blah, blah, blah. All right? And so keep it simple, short. That's the key. The more you say anything, the better you're going to get at it. So that's your plan of having a plan. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, and there's so much information on strategy and plan. And the last is action. Everything is action. Even if you don't feel like it, take action. Action, action, action is the key, because the more action you take in regards to now promoting your product and your service, because you have the belief there, the more action you take, the better you get at promoting that service. It's all action. Action produces more action. Action produces momentum. Action produces more ideas. Action obviously adds more customers, but action is the key. But it's good action because it's planned action. And a lot of failure in life is because people just don't have a plan. So firstly, believe. Simply create belief by imagining you can do it. See yourself doing it. Create that image. Thirdly, plan your strategy. Make it simple so that ultimately you're going to take action. So guys, thank you for coming this evening. That's basically it. Short analogy in regards to turning your ideas into cash. There's no financial lack anywhere. The lack is in your belief. The lack is in your planning, and the lack is in your action. So you're surrounded with financial abundance in the form of potential customers called humans. So believe it. What the mind can believe, what the mind can believe, it can achieve. Okie dokie. So now believe it when you get home, put a plan together and take action.